The lights on the gantry will change in a moment to get race 2 of Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe, powered by AWS Sprint Cup, underway. We go racing. Good start by Lucas Auer. Up the inside line, tries to go Vermeulen. To the outside line goes Goethe as they drop into paddock. It's going to be Auer ahead of Gunon. And third is Vermeulen. Goethe fourth. Feller is fifth as they climb the hill for the first time. Lucas Auer already just edging away a little bit. He's made a good start, and Jules Gounon's Mercedes doesn't quite look as though it's able to go with him at the moment, because look, the gap's widening at Graham Hill Bend.
Indeed it is. So Lucas Auer seemingly has got a significant advantage even in this 3 corners of this 2.4 mile circuit of Brands Hatch. Looking back, everybody's made it round the first 3 corners. Nobody off track, unlike we saw in the opening event this morning. And the McLaren and the Ferrari, who did come together in turn 3, have managed to stay apart halfway around the opening lap.
The Porsche's in the mix as well, isn't it? Because you've got Sven Müller up on the back of Constant Lapperline, and the very distinctive Porsche, not just the shape, but the fact that it's day-glow yellow and blue. There it is. Sven Müller goes through Hawthorne, and in the Silver Cup, Elite O'Donnell leads. In goal, it's Gilles Magnus, and there you've got Magnus looking for a way by, just ahead of Maxime Martin. But a bit of contact, was there? Yeah,
a bit of bodywork. You saw a bit of the carbon fibre flick up as the car dropped the wheel off the exit of Hawthorne's bend, so that, I mean, a minor bearing on how the car will handle.
The marker being attacked there on the inside of Sheen Curve. It's put there to stop people using too much of the inside of the corner. That's a track limit violation if you do it. And that bollard has certainly seen better days, but it's going to try and stand proud for another hour. Lucas Auer leads then as he comes through at the end of lap 1, with Jules Gounod chasing after him. Thierry Vermeulen is third. McLaren fourth. That's Goethe. Fifth, Audi. That's Feller. Sixth then across the timing line. Lapperlinen's Ferrari. Up to 7th is Müller in the Porsche. Wirtz only 12th. Struggling to make progress, and Luca Engschler ahead of him in the Audi. Look, goes defensive, hugs the inside line up to Druids, but it is not easy for Charles Wirtz to make progress right now.
Now we know that the BMW needs a couple of laps to get the tire temperature, the tire pressures up to the operating window. Dries van Voor talked about that after race 1. Nevertheless, he succeeded in doing so, but starting back in the 5th row of the grid as Charles Wirtz is doing, he's embedded in this group of cars both ahead and behind. So his progress is going to be dictated largely by that. Oh wow! I thought the Mercedes came off Surtees and snapped into a big oversteer.
So that would have been Cesar Gazo, and that's scattered the traffic around it. Woof. And Nico Perez Compact comes charging up the pack as well.
But side by side, Winwood Racing, of course, almost contact. Watch the Audi just trying to sneak and use that undercut as they exited the paddock bend. And the 57's coming up and not able to do very much, but just the Audi up the inside, contact between the two. Oh well, I mean that's certainly going to get the attention of the stewards, and that was fundamentally an unnecessary manoeuvre.
That's Lucas Auer, that's your race leader, and he's nearly 5 seconds to the good now, with the pit window opening after 25 minutes, and we've had really the first 10 completed. Jules Gounod 4.7 seconds back in the Mercedes Light, in a sense. It's clearly not as quick as this one.
No, the Lucas Auer has had a dream start. He's not been challenged at any stage, even into Paddock Bend on the opening lap. He just dominated the start, and look, the gap is going to be 5+ seconds when they come across the line. And they're going on to their 9th lap, so having completed 8.
So 43 minutes of the race to go. We're getting a report that Hugo Cook has been out wide at Paddock Hill Bend, but carried on in the race. He was in penultimate position anyway, ahead of his earlier adversary, Magnus Gustafsson. And this is that moment. This is Hugo Cook. That was it. The twitch mid-corner spears him off the road. Here comes Wirtz. Has a go up on the outside line of Gilles Magnus. It's for position, even though it's gold versus pro. And Gilles Magnus fends him off.
I mean, why would you be surprised? Gilles Magnus is a mega in anything you put him in. And I mean, he's not going to concede to Charles Wirtz, although they're battling in separate classes, but it's a matter of honour. I mean,
need a change there. Martin goes 7th at the expense of Sven Müller into clearways. That was good.
I mean, to make a pass into clearways, maybe Müller might have been a little bit slow out of Sterling's bend, because ordinarily that's not an overtaking position. But if you can get it done as Maxime Martin did, so let's see what happened to the Porsche as they're coming into Sterling's. But the BMW right on the tail of the Porsche. Just Martin just had a better exit. I don't know whether the Porsche was slow on that lap, but certainly Martin had a great exit and gave him the momentum and got alongside. Now, if you're on the inside coming into clearways, you do have to concede, because there's too acute a turn to make on the inside line.
Into the pit lane has come Thierry Vermeulen and Benjamin Goethe. Lucas Auer perhaps trying to get to halfway, which would make it a half hour, wouldn't it, for number 48 Mercedes AMG, before he gave it over to Maro Engel.
So keep an eye on Emil Frey, keep an eye on Garage 59 to see which of these two teams get the job done in the pit lane. Porsche in, Maxime Martin. So we just saw that overtake a lap earlier. So Valentino Rossi helps Maxime Martin exit from the BMW, and then Martin returns the compliment, helping assist with the seat belts being tied up and the drinks bottle, the radio connections, the netting that is mandatory. Is it all in place? Valentino's all set to go. There's no kickstart for Valentino on this, is there? There he's rolling. What a great WRT.
Ahead of the McLaren. So the Valentino Rossi, as it now is, BMW has jumped ahead of Tom Gamble's McLaren on the pit stops. That has been a really good stop. And Garage 59, I'm afraid, have lost ground out of all of that. Let's have a look at the pit stop time. 53 seconds. That's slow. There was a problem, I fear, for Garage 59.
There is the second place Mercedes into the pits. Jules Gounon has done a very good job. Believe me, that was an excellent job under trying circumstances, because they weren't sure whether the car would run to its normal expected performance, and they did a very good job in maintaining a second place, never really being seriously challenged by Vermeulen in the Ferrari in third. Brings the car in, will hand that car over, and here's the car which Vermeulen was behind. Giacomo Altway set fastest sector time in Sector 1 on his first flying lap.
The Mercedes is on the move as up to the line comes Altway, but I think the Ferrari might jump ahead because the Mercedes now accelerates out of the pit lane, and yes, Altway goes through. So Jules Gounon's car, Maxi Goetz at the wheel of it, drops a place, and there in fourth now is going to be Alex Arca. So Maxi Goetz is going to have to make the Mercedes wide on this outlap. Lucas Auer comes in then. So the bright yellow Mercedes comes into the pit lane. Right, the pit stop time to aim for is 41.2 seconds. Let's see what Winwood Racing can do. The clock has started at the line, so it's not the time for the car being stationary. It's pit in to the box, the work done, and then to the outline.
So that effectively is going to be second place, because they overtook the number 9 Mercedes. The Mercedes is rolling, so he's going to have a comfortable advantage, I think, because the Ferrari has yet to get into clearways.
So there, Mauro Engel accelerates away and onto the pit straight. The car you can see on the track in the background is Giacomo Altway. So the gap as he comes across the line is a big one. It'll be a little bit narrow by the time he gets up to Druid, just as Engel is getting himself up to speed. But in real terms, this has been a great first stint by Auer to build a lead, and Engel now just has to keep that lead to bring it home. And this, if he wins the race, would be Mauro Engel's first win in an SRO GT championship without the help of Luca Stolz. Tom Gamble's rear view, look on the bigger picture, you'll see him in the middle of the 3-car battle. Right now, we're on lap 27, drop downhill, head now through Graham Hill Bend, and 22 minutes of the race remain. Yes, Valentino Rossi has come a long way in the 2.5 years, 2 and a bit years that we've seen him in Fanatec GT. Of course, he's done some of the IGTC racing. He's now in the World Endurance Championship as well, so he's got more and more mileage under his belt. But now he's going to have to work hard to keep Gamble at bay, who goes to the outside line. But is that the ideal place?
No, it's not. But you could see that Valentino was struggling coming through Surtees, and that's the reason why Tom Gamble was able to get virtually alongside the BMW. But the BMW is sufficiently quick where it matters, and just about was able to keep the McLaren. And of course, because of the circumstances coming into Hawthorns, Valentino had the track that he wanted and prevented Fleming from moving up through.
So out of Clark Curve they come, heading up now towards the timing line once more. The race leading gap is coming down a little bit, because last time another 3/10 were pulled back on Engel by Altway. But Mauro Engel doesn't have to win by a massive gap, just needs to win. A little bit deep into paddock maybe there, Valentino Rossi, and Tom Gamble's got good speed, good exit speed out of the corner. But Rossi knows how to defend. He's got the car across the road well in anticipation of Druids there, hasn't he?
Yeah, the consequence is it just draws Dries van Voor up down the inside into Graham Hill Bend. Wow, what a commitment that was. And Valentino Rossi was sort of left. And now Dries van Voor is going to slip up at the inside coming into Surtees. But can he make him stick, or well, was that going to be contact on teammate and teammate again? But Dries van Voor will probably now find a way rather quickly around his teammate, and it's probably going to happen coming up under Hawthorns, because Dries van Voor is looking to find a way up the inside. Is he going to do something? Has to bail. Couldn't get far enough alongside Valentino.
Another good little fight going on here, as you see number 30, which is Callum Williams on the back of Dante Rapponge coming up towards the line. That car, the Aston Martin at the head of this battle pack, has got that penalty, don't forget. Christopher Hauser is behind them in 19th place as they come over the line. And Williams having a look on the inside, but could not find a way through. The Aston's deep into the corner, a bit ragged, and then straight up the inside goes the BMW. The Audi hopes to follow it through as well. Williams breaks late, gains a place, overall and in class.
Yeah, very simple, just the Aston got it wrong, especially at the exit of Paddock Hill Bend.
Again, it's Druids. They come together. Rossi a little bit deep. Now maybe the pressure is starting to tell. Couple of small errors in the space of a lap.
Watch into Surtees. This is going to be Dries van Thor's best opportunity. Now, can he get his nose up alongside that of his sister car? And yes, he's got it done. And a little bit of a wobble forced Rossi to back out and step sideways. So finally, but again, that all began 2 corners before the overtake began.
Replay of this move, and it was very committed by Van Thor.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 100% effort on the part. And watch Valentino, he just has to make a correction to avoid that contact. But Valentino!
Big moment at Paddock Hill Bend.
And massive bit of turf. You think you're at a golf tournament, that level of turf on the racetrack. So he's backed out of it. He feels maybe he's done some damage to the front of the car. Don't know what it was. We just saw the end of it. Smoke coming out of the back of the car. Something coming out. Here he is. Just appeared to not really continue the exit of the corner.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, box. Okay, be careful. All the car will come. Box this lap.
So steering issue he was reporting. And we've also, as he comes into the pit lane, got, what now, just under 5 minutes of the race to go. John, sorry.
Yeah, steering issue is hard to understand.
Well, it's in the pits and effectively therefore out of the race because it's lost so much time, and the car I can see out of the window is going to its garage. So there it is, Valentino Rossi's race done. Big shame for his fans that are here. Well, it's been a very good drive by both Lucas Auer and Mauro Engel. Race 2 in Sprint Cup at Brands Hatch is going to be won by Mauro Engel and Lucas Auer. The Winward Racing Mercedes takes its first win in an SRO GT event. Giacomo Altway closer at the end by 2.5 seconds, the margin, but not close enough to attack. Third will go the way of Maxi Götz. Fourth, Alex Arca. Fifth, Ben Green. Tom Gamble, 6th. And then 7th should be Dries van Thor, coming up towards the line, the race 1 winner. That's Lucas Auer's first win with an SRO GT tag to it, and Winward Racing's first outright race win in Fanatec GT. 7th is Van Thor, and a change on the last lap for 8th. Look, because Niederhauser has gone ahead of Paul Everard, so the Porsche is 8th and getting away, but the Audi, the white Audi behind, is going to be 9th, and to win the Gold Cup then, number 25, Paul Everard and Gilles Magnus take the gold win. 10th will be Max Hoffer and Luca Engschler, 2nd in gold. And then the silver winners there, Tom Fleming and Alessio Dono ahead of Lucas Legerek. This is the race result. Mauro Engel and Lucas Auer win at Brands Hatch from Giacomo Altway and Thierry Vermeulen. Maxi Götz and Jules Gounod 3rd from Alex Alca and Ricardo Feller. The top 6 rounded out by Ben Green and Consta Lapalainen, Tom Gamble and Benjamin Goethe in 6th. Gold winners, Paul Everard and Gilles Magnus. Silver winners, Tom Fleming and Alessio Dono at the end of 43 laps around the Brands Hatch circuit without interruption. No safety car, no full course yellow this time. There are the winners' trophies then, the gold trophies for Mauro and for Lucas. Lucas Auer, Mauro Engel win here at Brands Hatch. Campaign awaits. And some drivers might run, but the team copped the lot. Celebrations on the podium at Brands Hatch then. And the next stop in 2 weeks' time is Misano. We'll see you there. From John Watson and David Anderson, it's goodbye.